Alright, so in this video, I'm going to try my best to explain how the Scorch cannon works for Team Scorch. It is a game mode that rotates weekly in the Crucible playlists. It is a pretty fun game mode. I enjoyed it a lot, so that's why we're trying to go over some tips here, as the game doesn't really explain how it really works for the most part. I did make a video a very long time ago in the Tribute Hall. It's a bit outdated because some of the mechanics has changed and you can't do some of the stuff from that video. So I'm going to go over like the basics, movement, how to shoot the gun, the regular gameplay, and how like the game mode really works. So let's go off with the basics on shooting the cannon here. So of course you just press the fire button, click it one time, and it goes pretty much. It's pretty much a one-shot kill if you hit them directly or very near their body. I don't think resilience really changed anything. They pretty much just die mostly once you hit them one time. The one thing you gotta know is that it is basically like a fighting lion or a energy grenade launcher, where when you hold down your fire button or left click, whatever you use, it will now charge up and explode. But you can also, when you hold down left click, you can let go mid-air. As soon as it starts to beep, or not, even if you time it correctly, you can do it almost instantly, but you can't do it instantly. So for example, maybe it's about like a 0.7 seconds you can't let go, so because it will hit you pretty much. So you want to have good depth perception, as if you see somebody across there, you can hold it and let go. You can right click to zoom in, but that's something I don't use ever, so most of the time I'm always just shooting like this for the most part. It requires a good depth perception to know when somebody's down there or somebody's across there. Like, let's say you want to kill somebody at that wall right there at the very end. You gotta pretty much, get used to this, because this is very important, because people float a lot. Everybody's in the air and they're aiming downwards at you. Being on the floor is your worst decision. You never want to be on the floor or next to a wall. Sometimes it is inevitable that you're like this, right? There is ways to counter that, as the most recent quality of life change that was added a couple seasons ago is that you can now hurt yourself by hitting the floor or a wall. You won't die from it. Basically, it is a rocket jump. Rocket jumping is your best friend. Hunters are saved from this, as you can't float as hunters, but with this you can now flick yourself across the map, and this is your best movement ability or mechanic in this game. As if, let's say, you're jumping like this, right, and then you run out and someone's like above you, just flick like that and you're safe most of the time. It's all about their reaction. If they're good at the game, they probably will kill you, but sometimes when you're too near somebody, it is difficult to hit them from like this, because you can't aim straight down. So like if they're like right there, it's super hard. So most of the time you're trying to get movement, tap your jumps. Don't be next to a wall. You can die from it if you do too much though, but being low health is not a big issue, as most of the time you're gonna get one shot unless the person misses a lot. So doing this and losing health, it is not a big deal. Having high mobility is probably a good stat to go for this game mode, and recovery as well, as if you're taking damage like this, you want to recover that health as fast as possible, pretty much. So as soon as you're jumping like this and you're hitting and you're falling down slowly, just want to make sure that you're going back into the air and then hovering. Of course, Hunter has an issue with that, but sadly there's not much you can do. Most of the time what you're trying to do is trying to trace their pattern, as as soon as they're falling, they don't have a way to come up unless they do the rocket jump off the floor. Most of the time they don't do that because they don't know about it, or just don't remember to do that. So basically, when somebody's like, if you're flying as well, you want to make sure that you want to predict where they're going to land and shoot that floor, because most of the time floors, and all that stuff, it is difficult to hit them in the air sometimes, but once they're landing, you want to just hit them and follow through and predict their landing, pretty much. So that's pretty much the gameplay though. I'm gonna show gameplay in a bit here. Let's just go over quickly exotics to use and jumps to use. For me, for Titan, I like using high lift and lion rampants, and then just put on like a lot of mobility. You don't have to do 100 mobility, but it is pretty fun being able to increase movement speed by 40%, and also maximum jump height, which doesn't matter that much, as there's a invisible ceiling in most of the maps. Secondly, for Warlock, I do enjoy using Trem versus Steps. It's the leg armor that gives you more movement speed, pretty much for a little, just forever. But I don't know any other exotics that is good, but that's the one I use a lot. Blinking sucks. I wouldn't try using that, but good luck. If you're good at blinking, sure, you can use it, but it's very it's predictable, I'll tell that already. And then lastly, for Hunter, we use obviously Stompies, as that's probably the best. You can't dodge or use class abilities in this game mode, so it kind of sucks. So you can't use any other exotic than Stompies with that. So I think that's pretty much the basics there, and some advanced stuff there. So I'm gonna go over and show some gameplay real quick of me playing on Titan, maybe some on Warlock. I think the only last thing to know right now is map awareness. Obviously, looking at your radar. I was just about to say compass. Looking at your radar, looking who's nearby, right? And you want to make sure that look for choke points. So, for example, in Ultra Flames here, you stick it like this. You know, you can wait out, and as soon as somebody comes by, you let go. And it's a pretty big radius. Doesn't matter about the damage. It's just the longer you hold it, the bigger the radius is. So, look for choke points like these. You know, or like right here. People don't know. They can't hear your rocket launcher. You hear the beeping, but that's only for yourself. You can't hear other people's beeping. If you could, that'd be pretty annoying, I'll be honest. But you can hear the blast, so you can't really see it that much as long as you put it behind a wall. And putting it like right here, people can see it, so just put it like right here and you're pretty much good to go when it comes to people and that stuff. Movement is important in this. Being confusing to your opponent is very useful, as the predictability is you can be very predictable in jumping and stuff. So let's go ahead and show some gameplay here of Titan and some other stuff. Here is some gameplay with our Titan, just showing off some, you know, how I play the game for the most part. Nothing too special, but you know, using our rocket jumping, getting across. Midtown's a pretty good example of just length of map. For the most part, we don't want to be on the floor most of the time, as you can see here. Getting a nice angle there. You can mess up the rocket jump, of course, getting a bad angle for the most part. But aiming downwards is also, you know, you know where they are. Aim for their feet. You know, if they're not jumping in the air, you know, you just gotta aim where they're gonna land, right? I'm not sure how blurry this is because there's so much explosions on the screen, difficult to see. Depth perception is pretty important. Like I've said, it is all about knowing when to let go and when you're going to hit them. Usually you want to do it right before them, not at them, not even directly hitting them, just slightly before they hit them. For the most part, that does help quite a bit. Of course, it feels like I'm tryharding every single time because I don't think everybody takes this mode seriously. It's very serious. But when I'm playing it, I go in really hard. Because it's fun. I do enjoy it a lot for the most part. It's a very enjoyable experience when it comes to this. The feeling of rocket jumping really fast, it does feel pretty good when you hit these shots at the right time. I guess Hunter has the worst, I'll be honest. It's kind of sad, but it's the truth is the truth for the most part. It's a pretty long streak here with 7 kills already. No Ghost in the Night, but yeah, Ghost in the Night is a common thing if you get 7 kill streaks. Most of the time, you're not going to get hit if you're flying in the air and being, you know, dodging. So that's the choke point right there on this map. That door, nobody really looks up and they just walk out most of the time. Those are free kills, I'd say. So you now, let's see, what else do we have here? We are trying to show my depth perception. Oh, this is hectic. In these scenarios, this happens a lot. You just be in the middle of everything and nobody knows what's going on. So, you know, oh, that's a good example right there. I just shot Rare, he's about to land, and he just ate that rocket. And there's that door again. Nobody looks up, you know, classic. Nobody looks up. Nobody looks at that part. Nobody does anything there. There's a Ghost in the Night. Boom, boom. Very nice triple kill there. Another midtown here, going off a rocket jump. This one is, I feel kind of bad about this stuff. Honestly, I don't know. Like I was AFK, but yeah, that's how the game is, I guess. I don't know. My highest kill streak is a 20 something on Warlock. It was mainly camping for the map, the Vex map, not Fragment, the other one. That one you could just camp the middle. There's a lot of camping spots you can do because they're gonna come towards you, the enemies. So as long as if you have the first look, the first sight of an enemy, you should have advantage. And it's mainly in any gun game, but like this, you have a huge advantage as you're one-shot killing everybody for the most part. Nice. Alright, let's go to Warlock real quick and show you guys a horrible spot to stand in, Cauldron. Actually, I want to show one more example here. This is on, I forget the map of this, but this is a nice trick shot here. This is a nice spot to do a rocket jump. Just get him real nice right there. Doesn't even know where I am, doesn't look up because he doesn't see me. And this guy has, this next guy has blink right here. Look at this. Look at this blink right here. It's insane what he does here. Look at this. He rocket jumps and blinks and it carries momentum, but I know where he's landing, so there's not much you can do if you know where he's gonna land, right? That's what I said. Landing, knowing where they're gonna land is their worst nightmare, especially when they're falling from that height. There's not much they can really do when it comes to that kind of stuff. So that's the fun part about it. I enjoy that. So here's Cauldron on a Warlock, and the middle zone is your best friend in this map. It's kind of obvious, but like it's so stupid. As long as you have control of this middle area, you can protect every single door where everybody is, and they can't get in. So with how this is sticky bombs, right? You can just sticky the doors and just wait for people to come in. So like for example, like this, wait for people to come in. Look at your radar, pretty much. And wait and look where they might come in, put it on the door, they come in, you let go, boom, they're dead. Do it again. You're camping, yeah, but like, oh man, it feels pretty bad. You just wait for a while, wait for them to come in, and then you let go. There, that guy's dead. The longer it holds, the bigger the radius, right? And you just keep floating around basically, and you don't die. This guy won't die though. Like, you have advantage. You see them first come through the door and they don't have any vision on you. You have exactly all the vision, as that's just how it works when it comes to a door. And they're the ones coming in. Alright. It is stupid, and I mean, if you're playing this map, this is a good thing to do. All that stuff. There will be a seasonal challenge in week 3 that requires you to get kills, and apparently charge kills give you more points, but I mean, getting 50 kills is no big deal. I'll tell that already. So yeah, this is a, I don't know what to say. For some reason you can shoot through this gate, but it's like that top above the door, but like it's weird. I don't know. And one last gameplay here. This is I have this, I think, uploaded on YouTube, but this is my match where I got a 20 kill streak in this game mode. I'm not gonna show everything obviously, but I'll show most of it maybe when we get the medal as well. But like the beginning part, it's pretty basic. Running around, floating around, using your rocket, jumping. I don't know how to explain it. It's just how the game. I don't know what to say. A lot of it you can spam a lot too, I guess, but you can see we have our trend versus steps on, and we just rocket jump around when we need to, for the most part. Right, I do remember now that they added that where you can see the red tips of it. That's like spooky stuff from afar. fadeaway shot there. See, if you're playing Hunter, I feel pretty bad because like you can't. There's no way you'll be able to get back from that. There's no way. Absolutely no way. Ghost of the Night there. Need one more kill for a 20 kill streak. Pretty much. But it took a while because when you're at a high kill streak, you don't want to go in, do you now, you know? There we go. That's my highest kill streak in this game mode. 21, I think, or 22, I don't know. But I love this game mode. I would play this for hours. It's so much fun. And I hope people, you guys, I mean, if you're watching this still, it's like 15 minutes long, but it's very it's such a, once you know how the game mode works, I think it's super enjoyable. And all that stuff. It feels pretty try hard, but like that's just the game mode. I think it's supposed to be a fun game mode, but like once you understand the movement, the mechanics, when to blow someone up, you know, where they're gonna land, you know, all that stuff. Learn the maps, you know, rocket jump, using walls, all that stuff. I think it's just 10 times better gameplay wise. I think it's super enjoyable when that happens. Pretty much the only thing left I have to say here is I think I did forget one advanced tactic. I don't use it, that's why I didn't really explain it, but you can put down a bomb, right? And you can rocket jump like that if you want. It doesn't matter how long you charge it, it doesn't make you go higher. Just put it down. People do it sometimes at the beginning of a map. You can jump like that. It's a bit safer, but like, you know, it's up to you if you like that kind of stuff. I just like the flick. The flick is much better. We have to get used to it. Or you're not used to it, but you know, learn it and do it correctly. You can mess it up. That's the thing. But it will save you a bunch of times. Okay? And that's pretty much it. Hopefully this updated version of the guide is a bit better. It's long, but it shows I think a lot more, and the rocket jumping and all that stuff is brand new, right? So hopefully it's something. That's something.